Hello friends, and once again, welcome back to your favorite channel, Cinema Update, the place where you get the biggest, fastest, and most exciting news from the world of movies and series. Here we don't just tell you the news, we take you right into the story, the atmosphere, and the behind-the-scenes world of a film, so that when it finally hits the big screen or your device, you don't just watch it, you feel it, you hear its heartbeat, you breathe in its thrill, and you live its adventure. Today we're talking about a movie that's far from ordinary, a film that exploded onto Netflix with its very first installment, broke records, and brought together three of Hollywood's biggest stars in a way audiences couldn't forget. Yes, I'm talking about Red Notice 2, the movie that instantly makes you picture Dwayne Johnson's muscular presence, Ryan Reynolds' mischievous grin, and Gal Gadot's stunning yet dangerous on-screen charisma. If you remember, Red Notice premiered on Netflix in 2021 and quickly became one of the platform's biggest hits, not just because of its massive budget and star-studded cast, but because of its style, humor, and high-octane action. The story followed FBI profiler John Hartley, Dwayne Johnson, art thief Nolan Booth, Ryan Reynolds, and the cunning international criminal known as the Bishop, Gal Gadot, as they tried to outsmart each other, only to end up joining forces for a daring heist. Every turn brought a twist, every location change brought fresh danger, and just when you thought the story was over, the ending revealed that the real game was only beginning. In the final scene, the three of them stood outside the Louvre Museum in Paris, already plotting their next big move. And Netflix left us with one burning question. What's their next target? What priceless treasure or rare artifact will they be chasing this time? And how many double crosses, unexpected turns, and deadly risks will it take to get it? That cliffhanger alone was enough to make Red Notice 2 one of the most anticipated Netflix sequels in years. Now, moving toward the sequel. First, let's confirm the script is done. Gal Gadot herself has said she's read it and is beyond excited. Production was delayed due to last year's long Hollywood strikes and the packed schedules of both Dwayne Johnson and Ryan Reynolds. But now that things have settled down, the plan is to begin filming in late 2025. Once again, Rawson Marshall Thurber will return to direct. He was the creative mind behind the first film's perfect balance of action, comedy, and clever twists. And yes, all three main stars are officially coming back. After all, Red Notice without this trio just wouldn't be Red Notice. On top of that, we might also see new faces, characters who could either join the team or become their deadliest enemies yet, raising the stakes and pushing the story into even bigger territory. Think about this. In the first film, we traveled through Rome, Russia, Argentina, Egypt, and Spain. In Red Notice 2, the scale will be even more massive. Reports suggest scenes at the Louvre in Paris, exotic locations in parts of Asia, treacherous deserts in the Middle East, and possibly the glitzy casinos of Macau. This means we're in for a globe-trotting adventure where every location brings its own unique style, culture, and danger. But the magic of Red Notice isn't just in its star power or breathtaking locations. It's in its storytelling style, where trust and betrayal coexist in the same plan. In the first film, we saw every character double-crossing the others, only to find out at the end that Hartley and the Bishop had been partners all along, using Nolan Booth to pull off their scheme. In Red Notice 2, the game will be played on an even bigger scale. The three might work together again, but you and I both know that trust in this team is about as fragile as a thin sheet of ice under a heavy glass. That's when the real thrill begins. On one side will be a high-value target, maybe an ancient artifact, or a national treasure believed to be impossible to steal. On the other side, an international agency determined to catch them, hunting them across the globe. The big question is, will they pull it off? Or will the plan become so tangled that only one or two make it out alive? The tone will match the first film, a perfect mix of comedy and action, with Ryan Reynolds' witty humor, Dwayne Johnson's raw power, and Gal Gadot's elegance and cunning blending into one unforgettable cinematic experience. And Netflix is going all out this time. The first film had a budget of about $200 million, a record for Netflix, and the sequel's budget is expected to be even bigger, thanks to the first film's massive success. proving audiences are ready to invest their time and attention in this franchise. But remember, a sequel can't rely on money and scale alone. It needs a story that keeps viewers hooked from start to finish. From what insiders are saying, Red Notice 2's script delivers exactly that. Sharper, faster, and loaded with suspense. Every character will have secrets. And just when you think you've figured it out, the next scene will shatter your expectations. And what about the villains this time? Well, let's just say there won't be only one. Expect multiple dangerous and powerful characters, from ruthless crime lords to relentless government agents, and maybe even an old enemy from the first film coming back for revenge. This means the stakes won't just be about the heist. It'll be a high-speed race where the world's smartest and most dangerous people battle to outwit each other. Red Notice 2 isn't just a movie, it's an event. When that trailer drops, trust me, social media will explode. Fans of the first film are already waiting, and new audiences will be ready to jump in, especially since Netflix plans a massive global release. And in the second part of this video, I'll tell you the confirmed release date, the final budget, the locked-in cast list, and, most importantly, the potential box office numbers for the US market, so you can see just how big of a hit this movie might be. Now it's time to dig into the real solid details about Red Notice 2. So you're not just guessing. You'll know exactly why this movie is shaping up to be Netflix's next record-breaking project. Let's start with the release date. Netflix hasn't made an official announcement yet, but based on inside reports and the production timeline, filming is expected to begin in late 2025. If everything stays on schedule, the movie could drop sometime between mid and late 2026. Of course, big Hollywood projects often face delays, so if production slows down for any reason, we could see it pushed into early 2027. Still, Netflix is currently aiming for a late 2026 release, right in the middle of the holiday season, when streaming platforms love to roll out their biggest titles. Now for the budget. The first Red Notice had a budget of about $200 million, making it the most expensive Netflix movie at the time. And after that first film shattered viewership records, there's no way Netflix is scaling back now. Estimates suggest Red Notice 2 will land somewhere between $220 million and $250 million, covering not just the cast's salaries, but also high-end international locations, next-level special effects, intense stunt work, and top-tier production design. This isn't just a movie budget, it's part of Netflix's strategy to deliver a true theater-quality cinematic experience right at home, so viewers never feel like streaming films are a step down from big-screen blockbusters. As for the cast, no surprises here. Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot are the heart and soul of this franchise. The Rock brings his powerhouse screen presence and action chops. Reynolds' humor and timing are unmatched, and Gadot's elegance and cunning give the story its distinct sophistication. The chemistry between these three was one of the first film's biggest strengths, and it will be the selling point for the sequel. But the rumors don't stop there. Reports suggest we might see one or two more big-name Hollywood stars join the mix, either as villains or as wildcard characters who could throw the trio's game plan in a completely new direction. Names are being kept under wraps for now, but if Netflix lands a surprise A-list cameo, you can bet it'll be a major promotional bombshell when the marketing kicks in. Speaking of which, let's talk locations. The first film showed off the beauty and variety of multiple countries, and the sequel is set to go even bigger. Confirmed reports say a significant portion of the movie will be shot around Paris's legendary Louvre Museum, possibly even where the story begins. Other rumored settings include Tokyo, Japan, Jaipur or Varanasi in India, Shanghai, China, the deserts of the Middle East, Egypt's pyramids, and the dazzling nightlife of Macau's casinos. These locations won't just add visual spectacle, they'll raise the stakes, because pulling off heists across multiple countries means navigating entirely different security systems and local dangers. Now, about the story. As we saw at the end of the first film, John Hartley, Nolan Booth, and the Bishop were standing together in front of the Louvre, a clear hint that their next target would be tied to this location. Word is, their mission this time could involve stealing a priceless art piece or treasure, with both immense value and massive historical significance. But it won't be easy. they won't be the only ones chasing it. Several powerful forces will also be after the same prize, making it an almost impossible job. And because this is the Red Notice universe, you can count on double crosses, shifting alliances, and betrayal at every turn. The tone will stay true to the original, a razor-sharp mix of action and humor, packed with high-octane chase sequences, intricate puzzles, and quick, witty dialogue. Ryan Reynolds' comedic beats will keep things light, while Dwayne Johnson's raw action power and Gal Gadot's calculated charm will dial up the excitement. This time, expect even more inventive action. Traditional fight scenes mixed with high-tech gadgets, drone security, and advanced hacking sequences, keeping the story modern and globally relatable. Now, let's talk numbers. Even though Netflix films don't hit theaters, if Red Notice 2 did get a theatrical release, it could easily pull in $500 to $700 million worldwide. In the US alone, box office earnings could reach $200 to $250 million, thanks to the massive fan base of all three stars and the strong reception the first movie got. On Netflix, the real metrics will be viewership hours, and this is where it gets interesting. The first film pulled in 364 million viewing hours, setting a record at the time. Red Notice 2 is expected to smash that, potentially topping 400 million hours, making it one of the most watched films in the platform's history. Marketing will also be on a massive global scale. Netflix will use the full star power of its leads. Dwayne Johnson is constantly active on social media and pushes his projects hard. Ryan Reynolds' clever humor can make any teaser go viral, and Gal Gadot's worldwide fan base will draw audiences from every corner of the globe. Expect theatrical-style trailers, global premiere events, and an international press tour to build massive hype before release. Friends, Red Notice 2 isn't just a sequel. It's Netflix's chance to solidify a full-blown franchise. If it matches or surpasses the success of the first film, we could see Red Notice 3 greenlit almost immediately, putting this series among Hollywood's top heist action franchises. And honestly, looking at the story, the cast, and the production scale, it's safe to say that when this film arrives, it'll be more than just a release. It'll be a global event. Now, all that's left is to wait for Netflix's official announcement revealing the trailer date and the locked-in release date. Until then, get ready, because when Red Notice 2 finally lands on your screen, it's going to give you that exact same rush you felt the first time, where you're not just watching a movie, you're part of a pulse-pounding journey packed with surprises, thrills, and that unmistakable Red Notice magic.